Hey, what's up? I came across this article on e-commerce bites. They have a great newsletter, um, but I actually saw this on LinkedIn and I read through it just now. I wanted to share some things I think will be helpful for some of you. So I've highlighted some sections here. Again, we're actually going through a decent amount of it because there's some interesting things here, but we won't go through all of it word for word. So basically, this is regarding the post office rate hike. Now, well, I'll just go through it and I'll comment as I go. Okay, so the postal service is trying to raise their rates, and everyone's freaking out about that. But honestly, carriers raise their rates every single year. FedEx, UPS, DHL, pretty much all the carriers are raising their rates each year. So let's read on here. So it says, but those shipping increases, painful as they might be, aren't likely to send online sellers scrambling to commercial carriers like UPS and FedEx. That's because those carriers are both raising their rates next year by nearly 6%. But within that headline number lie significant pricing variations that could drive costs even higher for sellers using certain shipping classes, as well as other variables like package dimension and shipping zone. Okay. Again, this happens every year, so this should come as no surprise. But yeah, let's keep going. There's some good stuff in here. So regrettably, I don't know if it's regrettable, but regrettably for shippers, the post office isn't the only one increasing their rates. Josh Dunham, CEO of the shipping consultancy Reveal, said in an email, both FedEx and UPS announced a 5.9% general rate increase for 2022. This is not unusual. Again, 3 to up to 10%. 10 is pretty rare, but 3 to 6% certainly is within the range of increase that I would say is to be expected each year. And to be honest, I'm not as familiar on the domestic parcel side. I recently, a couple of years ago, started getting more into that. So I'm kind of, when I say that, I'm thinking on the international parcel side, but either way, I'm sure it's pretty similar. Okay, so this is interesting. Reveal conducted an analysis of the commercial carriers' rate increases, modeling what its customers spending over the past year would look like under the new rates. More than 97% of shippers would see their rates increase by more than the general 5.9% increase FedEx and UPS announced. Reveal found, owing to the various additional surcharges and fees the carriers announced. So obviously there's other things, dimensional weight fees or the dimensional weight rules, residential fees, out of area fees, adult signature required fees. There's all sorts of different fees that they can also adjust in addition to their base rate of 5.9%. So let's see what they say about that. Okay. Some companies will be hit particularly hard, Dunham said. For example, we found that businesses that used FedEx's Ground Economy, formerly SmartPost, a shipping option aimed at small and medium-sized businesses, will see an average increase of 26% next year. That seems pretty crazy. That seems crazy. That seems really high. I'd be really curious how they arrived at that figure. If the formerly SmartPost, what's now FedEx's Ground Economy, it went up that much, that seems quite high. All right, and I guess that's including all the different fee adjustments that they've made. Okay, so it seems like the post office is seeking regulatory approval for specific surcharges for packages exceeding certain length measurements. So the post office is trying to do the same thing. Basically, they're saying, hey, if it's over this size, we can charge you more, basically, than they're doing right now. So, all right. So just as with commercial carriers, the post office shippers or USPS shippers will likely see their actual costs rise by more than the general announced rate increase of 3.1%, according to the analysis by the shipping consultancy Shipware. Shout out to Shipware. I've worked with those guys. They're great guys. If you want an introduction, let me know. They can really benefit companies that are doing, I think it's like over $100,000 to $200,000 in annual spend with parcel carriers. They actually have a really cool service that might be, fit for some of you guys out there. So let me know if you're interested in getting an introduction. All right, so Shipware, what did they say? It's going to be more than the 3.1. Most USPS shippers will see their costs increase in the range of 5 to 8%, according to Gordon Glazier, senior consultant with Shipware. Okay, so with all the different surcharge adjustments that the post office is trying to get approved, it looks like you're looking at a 5 to 8% increase. Okay, the post office or the postal service remains an especially favorable option for sellers shipping lightweight packages to nearby zones, according to Thomas Anderson, blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. I don't think anything's really changed. I mean, the prices go up every single year, not necessarily with the post office, but, obviously something's got to give at some point. So I think you're going to see the same thing. If you're shipping under a pound, and, even at high volumes, the post office is probably your best bet from a price perspective. Now, there may be situations where maybe depending on your product, your price point of your product, or whatever it may be, you may have something that's under a pound that you'll actually want to get there faster. You might want to use a different service than the post office. But for the most part, the post office is a great service for anything under a pound, lightweight, small. They're going to be your best price, especially domestically, would be probably my recommendation. You go international, there's other variables you need to think about that may make the post office the right choice still, or maybe you'd want to look at something else. But yeah, carriers raise their rates. They do it every single year. Other carriers are going to be a better option for, larger shipments that are over a pound, even maybe in that, 3 and under range. A lot of times the post office might be a good fit for 3 pounds and under, but sometimes even over a pound, you want to look at something else. So it just depends on your situation and what rates you can get with FedEx or UPS. So it's definitely, nothing seems to really be changing here, but do be aware that the prices are going up. Okay, just closing out. In its simplest form, this is a summary of shipments sent and received that breaks them down by size, weight, and zone, but a strong analysis will include data on a host of other categories. He added, this is information that's absolutely crucial when comparing carriers. So yeah, when you're looking at carriers, it's good to do every once in a while to kind of break it down, all right, based on the zone, size, weight. What are the prices? What are the service options? What do my customers want or need? And sometimes you do want to go with a more expensive service in certain situations. It just makes what makes sense for you. So it's good to look at and review, definitely at least annually. Now is a good time, beginning of the year, maybe even January is a good time to look at that. So just recommend you guys keep that in mind. Hopefully this information is useful. I'll have a link to the article in the description. But other than that, have a great day.